Magic guy. So I built the gauntlet of decks, and I'm like, here's all the decks we kind of expect to show up, and I would just head for campus after my classes. Or, I mean, eventually after I won the Pro Tour and took a sabbatical, and I was actually playing full time. But either way, I would head to campus. Guys would come out of class. We would just set up shop in the student union. It was like the O was this restaurant in the student union. Huge piles of French fries, and I would show up with a box of 15 decks. I have the backpack with like the 800 count boxes, and it's just deck. And then the funny part is Lauer would show up with a deck in his head, and it would literally like little strips of paper, just these little like notebook sheet. He would rip it off, and he just starts sticking the little slips of paper into the sleeves.
Yeah.
So he's essentially proxying a deck on top of a completely different deck. Yeah. He'll grab something, either a deck we've abandoned or a deck that's close enough they don't have to proxy everything. So then that night, I would go home, and if the deck was any good, I'd actually build it. I've got the paper slips. I've got like Lauer has left the trail of breadcrumbs, so I can actually put the deck together. But yeah, we would just hang out on campus from like mid-afternoon until midnight, and just play. 4 of us on the low days, maybe 10 of us on the heavy days.
That's insane.
Yeah, there was a lot of Magic that but there was one point where preparing for a draft Pro Tour, literally. The dead guys drove down from Cornell. Finkel and his boys drove down from New York. The Speds drove down. We put like a 24 or 32 person draft tournament together just in the student union at CMU.
We actually want to do that at the next PT. We want to do an RGD TPF like 32-man draft tournament.
Sure.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean you had to play test live.
Yeah.
I think you can actually see that if you look at who the good players were early in Magic. Looks like we got some deck lists coming over.
We got deck lists in. Okay, so for people tuning in, we're about to hit round, is this 8 now?
8, right?
Yeah, this is 8. And I'm Brad Nelson. This is Randy Buehler. This is like a dream come true. I get to actually do commentary with somebody that I used to watch right when I started watching professional Magic. What do you got over there? Oh, is this?
I got Lotus Cobra. Oh, Exarch Twin.
All right, so
Splinter
this
Twin.
deck list is really cool. I have a Splinter Twin as well, but this one's really aggressive on the Phyrexian mana spells.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've got 4 Noxious Revival.
Wow.
4 Gitaxian Probes, 4 Mental Missteps, and then 2 Mutagenic Growth sideboard to help against the, what's the card called? Combust.
Wow.
So it stops the Combust.
Crazy.
So we actually have so this is a rug.
This is a Lotus Cobra Explorer version of the Splinter Twin.
And this is just straight blue-red.
A couple dismembers in this one. There's an Oracle of Moldiah randomly, Wormcoil Engine.
I wonder if, I was hoping that was just straight blue-red, because I wonder if the 4 Mental Missteps main deck just gives it a huge edge, but now it's rug against blue-red. And so it's David Taylor. I'm assuming these, they're X1? Okay. Yeah. So we're going to check what the records are. But it's David Taylor playing blue-red against
Greg Peloquin?
We'll call him Greg.
Greg, playing another version of Exarch
Splinter
Twin.
Twin. Yeah, this combo has been coming up a lot. I want to see if it does.
A lot of it running around.
Yeah, I want to see if it does well and gets through and makes top 8s, takes wins.
Right.
Because it hasn't done that yet, but it's been played a lot. And it's one of the decks that I've been really scared of actually, dipping in and start playing. I mean, I like to attack a little bit more anyway, and I don't think there's enough combo pieces to make these decks to be at the power level that, they could be.
Sure.
And everyone's already hating against them, but they seem to be doing well this weekend, so.
It's true.
Yeah. So do you still play Magic at all?
I do. Yeah, we do drafts at the office almost every week. So, I mean, I'll go down. I just drafted M12 for the first time. I have this gorgeous, blue-white. I don't think people realize how good the little Merfolk Looter is.
Oh,
I'm like, I got past Merfolk Looter. I'm like, okay, I'm blue. Mm-hmm. Oh, another one. Oh, I still got 3 Merfolk Looters and a couple pacifisms in the 2 slot. That's got my 3/3 flyers. It's just this gorgeous little blue-white.
Yeah, when you get to draft a really, really sick deck that's just completely busted, beyond what everyone else gets.
Well,
I mean, those 5 cards are probably better than anyone else's deck.
Sure, well, I've got Green Titan in my sideboard because I switched. My first pick was Green Titan, and I'm like, this is not the card. I opened the pack. I'm like, Green Titan. It's like I'm drafting with a little more casual. I mean, Alan Comer's at the table. There's a couple people that can hang with us, but there's a lot of people that just play for fun because it's something.
Were you guys playing for the rares, or do you keep the rares that you draft?
So the way we work is anybody wants to play place. So this was actually a 11 or 12 person table. I think it was an 11 person table. We play round robin. So you literally get your money's worth out of the packs. So the casual players, over the course of a week or two, we'll play everybody. So
you're not even done with it yet.
No, I'm not done. I played 2 matches, and then I came home for the weekend.
Oh, sweet.
So I go back next week, and I'll play out the rest of my
That's awesome.
matches. And then based on standings, you draft the rares.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm usually in the top couple, but I mean, I'll occasionally have a mediocre draft and go 500. But yeah, it's I certainly don't win all of them by any stretch of the imagination. This deck,
it's magic.
This deck has a very good chance of winning. I feel very happy with this.
To go 10-0 with it?
I mean, 10-0 is tough, but I mean, I can win from 9-1, right?
Yeah.
10-0 is tough for anybody. So yeah, I mostly I draft. I draft at work, and looks like we have a match.
Right,
I draft at
the
work, I
match is
draft Magic
starting up.
online.
All right, so Greg is on the left with Rug Twin, and David's on the right with a blue-red Phyrexian Mana Intense Deceiver Twin deck. He even has a turn aside, man. Like, he really wants his combo to get through.
And so we think these guys are 7-1?
They're actually 6-1.
Oh, 6-1,
Going in
of
round
course. Excellent.
So Raging Ruin from Greg on the play. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure with what David's list looks like, he's going to have a lot of action in the early turns.
It's true. You're going to have to carry me a little bit here. I haven't played a lot of Constructed lately.
Oh, that's fine, yeah.
I know the strategies. I know most of the cards.
Combo
but
is...
maybe carry me was a little strong.
What's interesting is I like the Noxious Revivals in David's deck. It's Phyrexian Mana Green instant, and it's just reclaim. But you can reclaim either player.
Sure.
And it's just going to allow him to like rebuy on his Ponders and Preordains, and even maybe like an Into the Royal or a combo piece.
Sure.
Or even a Scalding Tarn, because one of the weird things about this deck is sometimes you just can't get the double red.
Right.
So you might have a 3-lander, but you have the combo, so you like play your combo piece, then you go get your land, put it on top, and then you play the Deceiver and go
Puts
get
it
a
on
Scalding
top?
Tarn.
You're not going to put Ponders on top, are you?
Well, if you want to dig, why not?
You don't fall behind. The stuff you're digging through is now 1 lower. You don't even turn a profit there.
I mean, you turn a profit. Anyway, I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about getting the Scalding Tarn.
No, okay. Sure.
I mean, what else are you going to bring back? Combo pieces or that, but you can still
Combo
bring back
pieces
something.
make total sense.
So you're saying if you were going to die next turn, would you just take the card off the top, or would you put a Ponder on top?
Yeah, you put the Ponder on top. It's fine.
Okay.
I just don't think it's going to come up all that often.
All right, so David is...
I guess you're down a card, but you're up selectivity. Yeah. That's the trick.
Oh, this is interesting. So is he flashing in a Deceiver in response to Ponder?
Interesting. That's a little scary.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he just has the
Untap
combo.
win, right?
Yeah, what... David doesn't have...
Is there some Phyrexian Mana answer for that?
He does not have a Phyrexian Mana answer for that. He actually, yeah. I mean,
Doesn't have the kill spell.
If he has the combo piece, it's game over. I like that play. Like, so he's going to Ponder and obviously play another land, but then he might have Mana Leak open.
Right.
So in response to it,
definitely. What do you play? I mean, an Unglued Mountain. That one I recognize.
Yeah, I didn't see this. Oh, he just played Into the Royal.
Sure.
And then Into the Royal and Deceiver, and then he Phyrexian Mana'd it. But he doesn't have the combo piece, so. Oh, I think he missed on a land. I think he has the combo piece, but he needed a 4th land. So he just went with dropping the Deceiver.
Makes sense.
And then there comes the power of the Mental Misstep. Really like that card. I think it's awesome to see 4 copies of it in a main deck, in Standard. Just shows the power of 1-drops.
Is that a good thing, though? I will concede that the card is very powerful.
Is it a good thing to have 1-drops be powerful?
No, to have Mental Misstep be powerful. I'm not a big fan of free spells, in general. The whole
Even if
Phyrexian
they're-
Mana thing just scares me a little bit. It seems like they're playing with fire to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've had a couple things under control. Like, obviously, they did Storm, and that was bad. And then I think the packs were fine. Did you like the packs?
The packs were fine.
I mean, I do believe that, like, having, like, cards like Dismember are a little bit too good.
Right.
I don't like blue-white control having the ability to kill a Lotus Cobra that easily.
I'm pretty sure I agree with you.
You're pretty sure?
Well, the one thing I was saying in this conversation a little earlier, I think that Phyrexian Mana makes me feel dirty inside. But I think they did that deliberately because it's like the Phyrexians have taken over. It's like the creative elements of the game have kind of bled over into the gameplay, and so the R&D guy in me kind of likes that synergy and is impressed by it and how the way in which the game's
combo game's over.
Combo game's over. Anyway, the R&D guy in me appreciates the synergy and the way in which the creative and the mechanics blend together. But, I mean, the Spike in me who just wants to play tournaments, it's like, I don't really want these free spells floating around in the wrong colors. It's not something I really enjoy thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, the Spike side, it's pretty frustrating during the Cobblade season having the deck have everything. I don't know if you were watching
Totally
too much.
fair. Yeah, no, that deck was ridiculous.
Yeah, and they had Dismember and...
I mean, we just watched Edgar Flores, who looks like he's going to top 8 again with Callblade.
The new version.
I didn't need Jace or Stoneforge Mystic. No. The deck is still good enough to get to the top 8s.
It's just Sword. Like, Sword kind of... To me, I mean, you've been around Magic for a long time, but to me, I think the abilities that Sword have somewhat even break what you should be able to do in a deck. Like, being able to untap your lands and progress your board and react to your opponent seems like something that shouldn't happen. Like, all the untap abilities have always been green, and green can't really react to their opponent. So a deck to be able to put things on the board, get on the board, which is really important in Standard right now, board presence.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
not,
to be able to untap
you can
and then
blow up a sword though. I'm not sure. I mean, the swords are very, very good.
I'm talking this one specifically.
Sure.
Did the ability to untap?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, there's been so much more ridiculous things going on in that deck that's never been the piece that particularly offends.
Really? That was the piece that's what.
No, the Stoneforge Mystic is the Stoneforge Mystic and Chase were the absurd. Those are the ones that offended me. It's just the raw power level there.
Yeah.
It's just Stoneforge Mystic is free spells and tutoring, both of which are scary. You put them together on an undercosted creature, it's like, WTF, right? I don't get it. And then Jace, obviously, I get why they pushed Jace. Planeswalker is obviously a big story character, face of the brand and all that, but they pushed him too far. I don't know, the swords felt like equipment has... It's never... I mean, it's only very rarely been super good. I mean, I guess Jitte was really good for a while, and Skull Plamp's a mistake. Maybe equipment's been good enough, often enough.
Yeah, I mean, equipment's always been there.
But it's never been... I mean, it's kind of interesting to me to have the game revolve around equipment, especially if you're heading back to Phyrexia. Right? You kind of have to have your iconic artifacts. I don't know. Maybe the developer in me is betraying my inner Spike.
Yeah. I don't know. So, let's see if...
Wait, what happens to this match after sideboard?
Steel Sabotage. Over here we have Spell Pierce and Twisted Image and maybe Mutagenic Growth.
There's 2 Mutagenic Growths over here as well. Spellskite.
That's the new tech?
Evidently.
Yeah, so I mean, they're both going to be bringing in all copies of Spellskite that they have, which David actually doesn't have any. He just has 4 Spell Pierce.
Greg has 2 main and goes up to the 3rd.
But over here we do have Twisted Image, which...
So it's actual Nature's Claim in this deck.
Yeah. It's pretty standard. I mean, he just gets to cantrip on killing the Spellskites, but also Nature's Claim can stop the combo without a Spellskite in play.
Fair enough. So you like the Phyrexian mana version of the combo, or?
Well, this deck...
The Rug version.
For the mirror match, I think I like the Phyrexian mana side.
Then what happened in game 1?
Well, he got the combo, and the other guy didn't.
That's not very exciting.
I mean, that's what happened. They both pondered a little bit, and he just had the combo pieces.
Fair.
It's not really an interesting, once it happens, it's so anticlimactic. I got my combo, and now the game's over.
Fair.
I think how the game, if I had to assume how this matchup is going to play out, it just seems like Greg has more ways to actually kill his opponent, whereas David just has to go straight for the combo. But I mean, what do you think? I mean,
how do you mean?
How would he board out so he can actually take advantage of having creatures that don't be part of the combo? Because Greg can actually deal 20 damage.
He can, right?
Where David can't.
Fair. Exarch is capable of dealing 20 damage.
I mean, I don't think it is. You'd have to show me results. I've seen it deal 3 or 4. I mean, backed up with a Lotus Cobra and an Oracle, I could see them killing. There's been a bad glare today.
Yeah, the sleeves are pretty rough.
Yeah, Lotus Cobra on the left, and I know David has a Deceiver. I don't know if he has the combo. So we're gonna have double Lotus Cobra. It's always a good feeling to have a fetch land and 2 Cobras. And there's the fetch.
There's the fetch land. What was that card?
I do not know. It's probably a preordained countered by a misstep. And because he didn't tap a mana, I'm pretty sure he has the Deceiver.
Oh, nice. Yep. Good read. Not like life is very relevant in this matchup. I think I agree with you that David's build seems better for the mirror. Gitaxian Probe in particular is just like, my deck
Really
is
big,
56 cards, so my combo pieces are denser, and I have all this information.
And he has 4, or you were talking about what card?
The Gitaxian Probe.
Oh yeah, Probe. And I think misstep's really important in the matchup too.
Countering Ponder is strong. Yeah, all right, I'm sold. He chose not to play his Exarch.
He might not have it, but I mean,
Why would he pay for a misstep then?
I don't know. Maybe he could have
Just a
cracked and
bluff?
mana leaked. Could have cracked the fetch land and mana leaked.
Okay.
And I don't know. Lotus Cobra seem like they did a lot of damage. It doesn't change the clock at all. I mean, if he cracks another land, then it does, which he does have an Air Mesa. All right, so he is ready to produce a ridiculous amount of mana. Why does he need both? I mean, is he double tightening this turn? I mean, he's got 10 mana available to him.
Yep.
Yeah, there's Infernal Titan. Just drops it, doesn't even tap a land.
Doesn't have to tap lands. And then 2 mana for...
I don't know. Oh, he must have played he played the fetch land pre-combat.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, he does have Dismembers in his deck, so that's the out if he does have the combo. It's gonna be another quick round if he doesn't.
It doesn't seem like Lotus Cobra into Titan is supposed to be all that relevant to this matchup. Right? Splinter Twin should be fast enough that doesn't matter, but...
I mean, it's the amount of time to find it and to be disrupting cards in your opponent's deck. So just into the Royal.
Sure.
See, that's just it.
Was that end step?
Yeah, that was an end step. I mean, so like, look at how this board is presenting itself. Like, he doesn't have his combo yet, and Greg doesn't have his combo, but Greg's also attacking and he's almost dead.
No, I see. I'm surprised that Greg's been able to put this much pressure this fast. It feels like you've...
Ponder off the revival. Say it.
Do you think he's going to win this game with that play, Brad?
He kept on top. He's got it right there. But now that's if it wins. So Greg knows that he's got David on the ropes, and if he attacks, I think you're going to see the Deceiver come in. And no, you can't really block because then if there's a fetch land, then the Infernal Titan kills it. And now he's playing his land early.
Interesting.
So now he's got to, before combat, tap the Rage Intervene.
Yep. But this all lets him block.
He slided a card up front. Does he have the Dismember? Greg did. I guess that's the question. Like, if he doesn't have to Dismember or Nature's Claim, Dave's got the game. Yeah, chips from the turn. What's he doing with that?
Twisted Image, draw card.
Dave's. I think Dave has a spell to prevent it dying too.
There's the Splinter Twin.
Yeah, so he's gonna activate it. Greg has Nature's Claim because he's gonna activate it, and Greg's not picking it up already.
Sure.
You just said go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time, all sides are now closed.
So I don't like any of this. Like,
What is going on?
Well, there's a. So now he's going to Nature's Claim. So what happened is he Nature's Claim main phase, and
Right.
he destroyed it, and he made. I'm assuming he made infinite deceivers, and then ended it with tapping the ravine. But what Greg should have done is
He has to
second main
wait.
phase. No, just second main phase during David's last turn. Greg should have second main phase Nature's Claim. Then he could have made it infinite, but it wouldn't have done anything. Then he could have attacked for. He could have done something. Instead of doing it main phase, now he can't attack. Yeah, that was a really weird sequence of plays. You know what I mean?
Yes. I don't get it.
I mean, I don't get what Greg did.
Doesn't he just wait? I mean, as soon as David taps,
Well, if he
he has to wait until David activates.
No, because if he does it at David's end of turn, the tokens go away at end of turn.
Sure.
So if he waits, so David said go, and I would have said during your second main phase activate it,
Sure.
which then means it doesn't do anything. You just have a deceiver untapped. I don't. And then he's just going to pass, and now if David has a revival, I mean, he shouldn't have used. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, yeah, I don't see why he used it at all. Because if David has a revival or another Splinter Twin, he wins.
Yeah, first main phase doesn't make a whole lot of sense there.
Yeah, on Greg's turn.
Right.
I mean, I definitely think you'd have to kill the Splinter Twin before you get back to David's next turn. Just
Sure.
because he's already showed you Mental Misstep, he might have other ways to protect it.
Sure.
So I would have done it on David's end. And there's another copy. And now David or Greg again has to say, okay. And this was all body. This was all just, David just read Greg both times. Like, look at how he did it. Like, the first time he was like, go. And the second time he just went for it.
It's true.
So just how Greg gave away so much information there.
Tied at a game apiece.
So
Headed to game 3.
I do believe he won a game where he Noxious Revivaled his Ponder. I don't remember. I wasn't
surrender.
paying- Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, look at Greg's body language. It was
Yeah.
like, what happened?
He's stressed.
I had the guy and the thing and the
I mean,
damn it.
they're playing for the potential of top 8 this round.
They can draw in after this.
I mean, sometimes it depends.
Right.
It always changes. But I mean, most people that are X1 going into the second to last round think
Right.
that they'll be able to draw in. I remember the first time I was like, in this position in a deep tournament. it was nerve-wracking. It was Nationals, and I played against Cedric Phillips, which is in the room.
It's true. You grew up on Magic Online where this doesn't come up.
No, yeah, we got to draw. What do you mean?
I mean, I was drawing in the last round of the Swiss at random store tournaments when I was learning.
Oh,
how
I mean, I
cutting
played-
my teeth.
I played some random tournaments when I was growing up.
Sure.
And, like, before I actually got really competitive, I played real, and then Magic Online made me competitive.
Right.
And then when I went to FNMs, I kind of just crushed.
Sure.
I wasn't drawing into anything. I came to game. It's round 5. We could draw in. I'm like, no, let's just play.
Yeah, no, for me it was, okay, local tournament scene, PTQs, played PTQs for like a year, and finally got a format over the summer. I was sort of out of school and took it really seriously, qualified. Funny part is, so that I go and win Pro Tour Chicago,
Yeah.
and Aaron Forsyth was like, that guy won a Pro Tour? Wow, I need to start playing qualifiers. It's like Forsyth's life change too, in addition to mine.
That's so unreal.
It's a true story. He tells it better than I do. But
Yeah. That guy? You never want to be that guy in any situation. Ever. So, I always love when, like, and I do it too, so I can't really complain about it, but I love when it's going to game 3 in a constructed match and people are, like, re-sideboarding. Most of the time they're not doing anything, they just want their opponent to think they're doing something.
Right.
There's very few times that I've ever known a format or a matchup so well that I actually change more than a card for player draw or 2 cards.
yeah, I was going to say play draw is the thing that is the most likely reason to actually change something.
But I don't see much, especially in a combo matchup, like what you're
No,
going
right.
to change. I like the still sabotage. I mean, I don't know how good these still sabotages actually are in David Sideboard, but they're there.
Spell's Guide answer, right?
It's a Spell's Guide answer, and I guess it's good against Tempered still.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't deal with Tempered still itself. I like the innovation of mutagenic growth. I just like how seeing after 1 week, you know, the progression of a format just boggles my mind how fast it goes in the SCG environment. Like, you just see so much more technology because there's more tournaments and things like that.
Aren't you supposed to be the one who's used to this? Is this how Magic Online works too? Sort of?
Okay, so the last 3 months all I've done is draft on Magic Online. I
Okay.
play a little constructed, but it's more like I want to just dip my fingers in a format,
Sure.
and I don't grind as much as I used to.
No, but it's crystal clear that the world just works differently because of Magic Online.
Oh, for sure.
And I mean, I think that the pace at which Constructed evolves on Magic Online, I think that those decks don't get near the visibility that Star City Open Series does. So, I mean, it's sort of like the tech is spreading more.
I mean, the decks that, like, last week was won by a deck that was made on Magic Online 3 weeks ago.
Right.
The Cobblade, and Tempered still started showing numbers on Magic Online 2 weeks ago, and that it, you know, was at Japanese Nationals in SCG Cincinnati last weekend, and now it just spread to the world where it's being played by the masses.
Yeah, no, I think the Star City series, well, it looks like they're underway here in Game 3. It seems like a lot of people say, oh my goodness, how can tech evolve so fast?
Well, I've never seen the mutagenic growth on Moto, and I always keep up with the decks.
Fair enough.
They might be on there. So, Copperline Gorge from Greg on the play, and then David is going to be casting one of his 15 different 1-drops in his deck.
Yeah, his mana curve is short.
Yeah. His combo pieces are the only expensive things.
Yeah, I like it. I definitely like that.
And it really has this.
Spellskite?
It's it's a Lotus Cobra.
Lotus Cobra.
It really has the feel that, like, either you're gonna kill me or I'm gonna kill you, but it's gonna happen really fast.
Right.
Because of, like, the revivals and everything. So Ponder's gonna, he doesn't know yet, shuffle away. Yeah, I think I'd much rather be on David's side of the matchup, but I definitely think it's scary to be in David's shoes as well, just from the fact that, like, when things aren't going right, like, Greg has this plan B, as well as then he can just switch over into just get the X arc.
Yeah, Charles can come out schizophrenic too, though.
That's true.
I mean, last game he had the Titan in play, and all of a sudden he's back to the Lotus Cobra's playing defense stage.
I mean, the Lotus Cobra's being defense was just a mistake he made by pulling the trigger at the wrong time.
Fair.
And he's exploring after shuffling with the Ponder. Is he not going to make a land drop?
No land drop.
Oh, interesting. So I just see a twisted image. I can't really tell anything else in David's hand, but Greg's got problems with just mana issues, let alone having to deal with his opponent's combo. So it was a scary turn. Like he missed a land drop, so now he hit it, but he's off a turn on playing anything active because David might just have the combo.
Right.
That should have been your goal. Seek out all of the cookies. Attention, ladies and gentlemen, the cafe out front is already open for the next 20 minutes. So if we want to do the last
So he just drew Deceiver.
Yeah, David's just playing Drago. Not a whole lot going on.
I mean, now he's going to drop the Deceiver that he just drew. And depending on if Greg has any dismembers, I mean, that's about the only answer to a resolved Deceiver at this situation.
It's going to crack a fetch land, which makes a mana. And another.
How did he crack there?
He went to get an island.
He's just producing... Oh, he's going
Mana
to
leak.
just mana leak it. Okay, makes sense. He didn't have
Yep.
any blue mana.
Yeah, he's able to keep 3 to...
They're having a dispute. I think David was so sad that he got it mana leaked that he forgot to take 2 points.
So is this unglued 1 islands, lands basics against unglued 2 basics?
Yeah.
Really is a mirror, but like almost mirror match battle.
And I've been playing with Unhinged for a while now. I like them.
The Unhinged? I like the Zendikar ones better.
Do you?
Yeah, I feel like the Unhinged lands never quite... I mean, the idea was right, the heart was in the right place. I don't know. I don't like it as much. It feels like you need a little bit of frame there.
Mm-hmm. He is going to resolve a Deceiver Exarch one way or another.
Not yet.
He's run out of life and time.
Yeah, he's down to 8. Greg played beatdown for a bunch of turns in game 2, though.
And didn't get anywhere yet.
Did Halimar depths?
Well, the thing is he does have a Deceiver in his hand as well. So that's puts a little damper on it. Like, if, I guess if Dave, like, locks down the island, then he won't be able to play it.
How about now?
If it resolves, I think that might be game over. And here comes the nervous reaction from Greg again. Island's tapped.
Splinter Twin. What do you got?
Ooh.
He's got Nature's Claim.
Is David down to 6? No, because he didn't even attack. So he still has 8 life. So, I mean, I thought the ruling was, doesn't he still make 1 copy?
Should, right?
Yeah, and then he should have this like Deceiver untapped or a land or something. Pretty sure
Oh,
it makes
right.
one copy.
Cycles through Twisted Image.
So yeah, he has a Splinter Twin, but Greg has the 1-turn answer in his own, and then I think he has a Splinter Twin too.
Yeah, I think he does. So Exarch taps Exarch before the Splinter Twin can resolve. Combo is 1 turn away.
And a second Deceiver to tap down one of the islands.
Wow. Greg gonna win this match despite all the bad body language. Here comes Splinter Twin, right?
I think. Is he slow rolling it? No, maybe he doesn't have it.
I thought I saw it too. So what's he digging for? What's he afraid of?
I don't know. Maybe a counter spell.
Off 1 island?
No, yeah, he was just
Splinter
slow
Twin?
rolling.
No, ball game.
That's game.
Greg Peloquin wins 2-1 in a position where he may be able to draw into top 8 next round.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
David Taylor, the old school unglued lands, the new school Phyrexian mana version of the Splinter Twin deck, could not quite get it done.
No. So it was a good attempt, though.
Yeah, it's a nice deck.
Yeah, it seems really interesting. I mean, if I was going to play something like this, I'd want a little bit to do against aggro. I mean, he does have like fork bolts, but I feel like if they're going to be like racing me, I don't even think this main deck can do anything against like vampires or something. Like they have tons of answers in there.
Hello again. Yeah, well, I
It's
mean,
kind of exciting.
it's got to be one of the faster versions of the deck, though.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's because of the revivals. The revivals like give it a little bit something that's never had, and I think one of the big things is getting the Scalding Tome. Just
Sure.
being able to hit the lands appropriately, because I see so many Splinter Twin decks stuck on 3 islands on a mountain all the
Right,
time.
but so he's playing against aggro is race.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you kill me or I kill you, like super fast.
That's what that deck list does.
Yeah. I mean, with the Into the Wells, it helps. But yeah, so we're getting down to the wire.
What have you seen that's new and cool and different?
Conley Woods is
Oh, what is Conley running? I haven't seen his deck.
oh, you haven't heard?
No.
It's called Land Deceiver.
Not Land Death Seaver?
It is a land death with Deceiver combo. Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
Keep talking.
All right, so it's 4 Lotus Cobras,
Of
2
course.
Rampant Growths, 2 Overgrown Battlements, 4 Acidic Slime, 4 Frost Titan,
Wow.
4 Deceiver Exarch, 4 Splinter Twin,
Yeah.
or 3 Splinter Twin, 4 Beast Within, 4 Spreading Seas,